on to game 2.
MLB Network is your exclusive home for postseason baseball. It's game 2 of the NLDS between the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian welcoming you to our exclusive postseason coverage on MLB Network. I'm joined by Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. And Danny, an important ball game coming up here in game 2.
Yeah, this is just a 5-game series, so getting that first win under you is great. The most important game of the series, though, is the next one you're about to play. So treating this game like it's absolutely critical is a good way not to get too comfortable.
Also, someone I don't pick who fit fairly well against. Cubs still have good pitching.
Are next. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
All right.
And now, your 2018 St. Louis Cardinals.
Go team, go.
And briefly here, a glance at the 2 starters who'll get the ball here in this one.
Not bad.
With that, a look at the Cubbies starting lineup. Danny, any thoughts?
Well, I'll keep an eye on the leadoff guy and see what he can do in this one. He's an imposing figure with a bat in his hands. Always seems to turn in a good at-bat, and he can do a lot of damage when he barrels up the ball.
2 games, Schwarber has no hits.
Michael Wacha is on the mound for game 2. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, Michael Wacha, if he brings a straight changeup, that's his best pitch. Drafted in the first round out of Texas A&M University.
So on average,
good
like
fastball,
6 hits
not
a game.
great fastball. 92 to 95, more of a straight fastball. The curveball is good, but he's known for the straight changeup. If he brings that good changeup, he can shut anybody down.
The St. Louis Cardinals attack you on defense in this fashion. And let's take a look at Colton Wong, one of the more dynamic middle infielders in our sport. Ability to turn a double play, bazooka arm from a second baseman.
All right, let's get it started.
Now batting, Javier Baez. He'll get us started in this one under the lights.
For the Cubs, second baseman, Javier Baez.
St. Louis leads 1-0. I like seeing that up there.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And our first pitch is taken for ball 1 as we're officially underway tonight here in St. Louis. And back-to-back pitches out of the zone to begin the evening. It's 2-0 now. His career line against Wacha comes in with 6 hits in 30 at-bats. 2 of those hits were for home runs. Now the 2-0. It's a high drive to left, back toward the wall,
Cubs
but
had
he's
the
going
first
to run
lead
out
of the
of room.
series.
It's gone.
That was quick.
Solo home run there for Javi Baez. His first homer so far in the series, and the Cubs are on the board first, 1-0.
I can't panic. It's early in the game.
Talk about hitting the ground
Yo,
running.
Buckeye.
Usually a leadoff man
Welcome
is a guy
back.
that
How's
takes
it going?
the first pitch, trying to get the feel for the pitcher, trying to get dialed in, but not
I
this
was
guy.
doing good
He's
until
got
that
that
pitch.
C-ball, hit ball philosophy,
Still doing good.
and he
Gotta
does
get the
just
ball in the
that.
strike zone,
Launching
bro. We
that
can't get
pitch
behind
out
on
of
these
here
guys.
before the fans could even get settled in the seats.
A ball and no strikes.
Hey, I know there's a lot of game left, but that is such an important run there in the top of the first. Try and silence this crowd. I can't tell you, in postseason play, 1 run feels like 3 or 4.
And he fires in a
I need
strike
Wacha
this
to
time
kind
to
of
make it 1
calm
ball
down
and 1
some. I
strike.
can't have
So
Wacha
let's
have a
take
bad
peek at
outing
the
like that.
umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate
I need
is
to
Matthew
at
Ross.
least
Hey, D-Row,
It's
this is
just
a
the first
pitcher's
inning.
best
Like, I
friend.
mean,
Matthew
Weaver gave up
Ross,
one
very
run.
wide strike zone.
Yeah, no excuses from the offense today. You know coming in,
As
when you
do
see the
I.
lineup card
As
and
do
Matt
I.
Ross is behind the dish, you better be aggressive.
Swinging a soft liner.
Just want to see if we can find a way to get that
First, so a good comeback there
get that
as he
World
gets the
Series
first
trophy
out of the
back to
inning.
St. Louis.
First baseman number 44.
I just finished game 1. I won 7-1. Lester 4 innings, 5 runs. Weaver 6 innings, 1 run. Paul DeYoung 3-run home run in the first. 2 errors helped me big in that inning. Clark with an RBI. Well, I guess you can call it an RBI. That would have been a fielder's choice, so he ends up getting an RBI. Paul with a 3-run home run. Had a solo shot later, and Yachty, a rare home
And a
run.
curveball that started low and broke
But pretty
lower,
solid
ball
outing
one.
from my pitching.
One ball has already left the yard, and the big boys haven't even come up again. Get the fireworks ready.
Ultimately, the pitching is what won us that game.
The 1-0.
You play the Cubs, you only allow 1 run.
Ground ball sent back up the middle.
Good
DeYoung
odds.
gathers it in, and there are 2 away now.
Batting fourth, left fielder, Kyle Schwarber.
The next Cub up, Kyle Schwarber. His career line against Waka. He's totaled 4 hits in 18 at-bats.
Schwarber has
He's
done
also hit
nothing
a couple of
in the
home runs
postseason
against.
yet. I strongly emphasize that.
Swing and a miss, but he's
That's all
right
it takes
on
is
here.
1
One
swing.
strike. Schwarber is a big threat in a matchup like this. He's got a ton of pop against right-handed pitching.
Yeah, I think because of his approach. He's not a dead pull guy. You want to try and sneak a piece of cheese in or hang something over the heart of the plate, he's going to absolutely crush it. But anything going away from him goes right into his bat path. Hey, I got to commend him a little bit. Lead off homer, and now he's 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning
Schwarber, get
without
back
any
in the
further
batter's
damage.
box. Come on, dude.
Waka
Obnoxious
gets
guy
the
here.
sign. Here's the 0-2. Drilled down the line, but this will wind up foul. Still 0-2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Low and away with that one. It's 1-2.
If I can
I
drop
love
the
a
curve.
well-executed changeup, especially one down in the zone. The only problem throwing it in that situation, you leave that belt high or miss your spot just a hair, and you could have some problems.
There we go.
Swing and a miss at a big breaking ball. Then
Throw
that's
through
how
the big
inning
3.
goes to an end.
Or 2 of them.
But another look here at the solo shot.
But the
leading
lead
off
off
the ball
home
game.
run by Hobby.
On to the bottom of the first here at Busch Stadium.
And our work
And
is
the
already
Cubs
cut
have
out
an
for
early
us.
1-0 lead. And now here's Mike Matheny's starting lineup for the Redbirds. Who stands out to you, Danny?
Yeah, Matt, I think everyone should keep an eye on Colton Wong. You can bet the opposition spent a decent amount of time crafting a game plan to stop this guy, because as he goes, so goes the team. You stop him, you've got a chance to win. You don't, you're probably going to lose.
Kyle Hendricks will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, Kyle Hendricks is not one of these overpowering guys. He's a little bit, he reminds me of Greg Maddux. He's 88-91 with really good sink, great straight changeup, and has the slurve. Not a true curveball, not a true slider. The key to Kyle Hendricks, inducing early contact. The more pitches that hitters see, the better chance they have to hit on him. If Kyle Hendricks is on, you'll know early he'll be getting a lot of quick outs.
All right.
In now, Trey Turner. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Leading off for St. Louis, center fielder, Trey Turner.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
Talking to strike
Takes a
zone.
high fastball
Always
for a strike.
dangerous.
I feel like when you're facing a 2-pitch mix like this, sink or change up, as an offense, the game plan has to be the fact that you have to get something elevated. You know he's not going to beat you with velocity, so it's going to come down to who executes better.
Here's the 0-2. And a good sinker there gets him swinging for the first out.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with a strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
Colton Wong will stand in, as he'll take a changeup here for strike one.
If he's going to pound the strike zone, it's going to make this difficult.
Here comes the 0-1.
And there we go, first of the game. Good job, Colton.
Center, and that's into the outfield for a one-out base hit.
That's got to be frustrating right there. You execute a pitch, nice, good pitch right there. Batter's able to get a little lucky. Stayed through it, caught it off the end of the bat. Not his best swing, but he's able to find a hole in the outfield.
MVP.
Here's Matt Carpenter, as he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. His matchup numbers with Hendricks. He's got 12 hits in 38 ABs. 2 of those hits were for home runs. A 1 pitch on its way. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2.
Hey, this is the game within the game right here. The hitter has to decide if he's going to change his game plan. Is he going to stay staunch and wait for him to miss over the heart of the plate or inside, or is he going to adjust his sights and try and drive the ball the other way?
Wouldn't bite on a good sinker that time that missed. Looked like the cut fastball there, and he got him to swing through it for the second out. And so with 2 away now, let's give you another look at our playoff bracket as you see what could lie ahead for the winner in this series.
Definitely not. Yeah, his sinker and especially his changeup. His changeup is what really gives me trouble.
First delivery to him on the way. And that's cut on and missed, 0-1.
This is where you step out, adjust the batting.
My hands are going to be full in this
one. You have to slow the moment down. I know you want to be a hero, but that pitch right there, a great executed changeup, had this batter way out in front.
I knew it coming in, which is why I didn't want to get behind early. That helps. Because that's going to score 1 if it doesn't bounce over the wall. Please don't. Oh.
And this hops over the wall out there for a ground rule double. And maybe a tough break, as that'll freeze the runner at third with 2 gone.
Well, he definitely puts a charge into this one, and the outfielder has 0 chance to make a play on it. Next thing you know, the relievers in the pen have another ball to warm up with.
That's a heartbreaker.
In now, Marcell Ozuna, as he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball 1.
That hurts so bad.
Now the 1-0.
I wanted to swing, but I couldn't tell what it was going to be, so that's why I stopped. I don't do that often.
The 1-1 home. Hit on the ground toward the left.
Bad break on that ball. That ball drops. That's a double with him scoring from first.
The inning. Cards strand a couple. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. So in now for Chicago, Chris Bryant, his career line against Waka. He's hitting .326. He's also hit 3 home runs.
Okay, that's fine.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Here's a strike.
Say Waka to keep pitching well. Now gave up a home run on the first at bat. And let's just calm down and just pitch like he's been pitching all season.
A swing and a high drive to right center field. Back goes Fowler at the track. But it's over his head, and it hops the wall for a ground rule double.
There's a deep fly ball. Doesn't quite get out of the ballpark, but it hits in the right spot as it bounces off that hard warning track and over the wall for a ground rule double. Not sure if he had triple on his mind, but I doubt he'll complain too much about getting to coast into second base.
And that's in there for strike one.
Leadoff doubles are always tricky.
Stands at second with no outs. And he misses with it, 1-1.
All right, there we go.
This is hit high and deep out to left. Ozuna
too much of the plate. It's not good.
Here into the visitors' bullpen. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. His first homer here in the series, and the Cubs have taken a 3-0 lead.
You know, as a pitcher, there's nothing worse than getting taken deep, but it's something every pitcher has to deal with. Even the best pitchers give up home runs. You just have to refocus and go after the next hitter.
Oh, a curveball wanted to drop out the zone. It caught too much of the plate. Didn't drop.
And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. Lifted the other way to left center. Heading after it is Turner. And he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out.
And Hendricks up to bat. Then Addison Russell.
So here now is the pitcher, Kyle Hendricks. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Well, they're showing because this is their third postseason game. It's only my second. So my guys really haven't accumulated stats.
With a fastball for a strike.
Pretty good pitch to hit there that he let go. I know it's early and probably wanting to run his pitch count up, but he may not get another pitch like that to swing at the rest of the game.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And there's ball one.
Amazon Prime Day is coming up. That's kind of what I was waiting for with the I made with the Elgato. I may just do it early because I get paid on the 6th. And Amazon Prime Day would be anywhere from. It's going to be somewhere in the middle of the month.
Takes a pitch for strike number 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, you count.
That misses, and we're even at 2-2.
Well, these are just extra pitches that are just going to add to your pitch count. He's not trying to work around him, and no reason to, but sometimes you just lose the strike zone for no apparent reason.
Well, we'll have to see, because if Walker's going to have a rough outing, I have to pull the hook pretty quick.
And this foul tip is held
and we're going to have to look at who comes in next. I'm not trying to think about it too much, but it's just the honest truth. It's something that has to be
really trying to get a pitch out front
thought about
down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best 2-strike approach either.
Here's Addison Russell. Fouled off. They'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. The 0-1 on its way. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Squared that one up just a little late. 2 out, nobody on. Missed with a breaking ball.
He executed that 1-2 curveball pretty well. I think it's right where he wanted it to end up, but he couldn't get him to chase at it. We'll see what they go with now after that didn't work out.
Gotta be careful, so I don't want to give up another home run. Oh, you're too far behind.
2-2. Now a drive out to the gap in right center. He takes the turn and heads for second. And he is into second with a 2-out double.
And this is just a cut fastball. He's trying to sneak in the back door. He's unable to get it done. Leaves it right over the heart of the plate, and that's just too easy for a guy like this. He's licking his chops as the ball arrives, and he drills it to the outfield for an extra base hit.
Here's Javier Baez.
I'm definitely concerned right now. Hard, it'd be hard not to be.
Second at bat for him, and remember, he led off the ball game with that home run to get this offense going. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. This is flared out towards second, and that's in there. Base hit. The throw to the plate.
Why didn't?
And this will not be close, and the run will score easily.
I see the ball out there like it's going to land there, and he just doesn't. Like, was it in the air? Is it just misleading or what? I thought that I'm moving to get the ball, but then he doesn't, so I end up giving up the hit.
And now here's the versatile outfielder, Albert Almora Jr. Pitch inside, the throw way late, and he's in there easily.
I'm just confused because that's the second time it's happened already this series.
He's a multi-dimensional player out there. He's got good pop at the plate, and he showed he's not afraid to use his wheels on the bases either.
To your point, Dan, he did go deep earlier, and now the stolen base here, so he's really having an impact on this game. A ball and no strikes, here it is. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2.
He certainly has an open base down there, but you don't want your defender standing flat-footed for much longer.
3 runs already home here.
I'm not really sure what to do right now. We're out the inning, thankfully.
Well hit out to straightaway center.
Coming off the bat, that made me nervous.
Maybe not, as this stays up in the air long enough to be hauled in out there. False alarm, and that ends the inning. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's now 4-0 Chicago.
Hey, Dark. Yeah, like if it's gonna be like, if I can't catch it, that's fine. Like, I just wish it wouldn't show it because it's misleading. Like, I don't even want to look at the replay to see if I could have. Just if it just would annoy me. I just wish that wouldn't happen. It's happened in the beginning of the last game too.
You want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
And that misses ball 1.
Wow, we got a real uphill battle now. And especially with my history against this guy, it doesn't really feel all that promising. True, that is a good way of looking at it. Yo, LeBron, what's up? And Jed cuts it to 3. Upper deck again, let's go. LeBron comes right in and gives me good luck. That would be at least 450, I'm thinking.
111 miles an hour was the exit velocity, so it comes as no surprise that it carried as far as it did.
443. I'll accept that. Oh God, Bryce Harper. I'm gonna have a hard decision to make. So the game gave me a gift when it offered me Trey Turner and Michael Taylor for Tommy Pham. Like, I sat and thought about, like, I don't really think I should do this because they're not gonna do that in real life. I'm like, for the lack of speed that I have, I'm gonna take it. So I did. I don't like Dexter Fowler, even though I've batted well with him this season. I'm ready to move on from him, so I have a hole in the outfield. Do I fill it with Harrison Bader?
Now the 2-0 home.
Or do I just go for broke and say, we'll just bring in Bryce? That's a decision I'm going to have to make, because I'll have the money. Still got to re-sign Ozuna. The Fowler's gone. I was able to shed some salary by getting rid of Wainwright. Unfortunately, I hated doing that, but just couldn't get outs with that guy. One of my favorite players, too. But I got to make business decisions. So, I personally want to go after Andrew Miller. Like, that is my #1 guy. But Harper would be so freaking awesome to have on this team.
I feel like you really didn't want to challenge him, and I'm really surprised.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's realistic. As a Cardinal fan, I'm terrified of him going to the Cubs. Like, legit terrified. I just need to get rid of Dexter Fowler. See, he's batting almost 300 in the regular season, but I just don't like him. Alright, we need to try to get another run here.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Fowler, a native of Georgia. He was taken in the 14th round back in the 2004 first-year player
and Walker's, the sad thing is I'm already thinking about taking Walker out this game.
The career he has being drafted where he was, my hat's off to him.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. Happ is to his left as he puts it away in the alley for the first out of the inning.
Batting ninth, pitcher Michael Wacha.
Digging in, Michael Wacha. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. First pitch of the at-bat on his
Yachty's so freaking slow. Definitely have to commit. God, Hugh Darvish. Good on the game, for sure. I don't... he's having a World Series hangover. Like, he wasn't bad with the... You know, with the Dodgers going in, and then, you know, Stroh's just blasted him both times.
Good lead there at second. Here's the pitch. In there for strike 1.
Come on, Trey. Need you to find a way to get a base hit here so we can get a second run across. That'd make me feel really good going into the 3rd inning. Pitch count's not great. I mean, I live with it.
A decent lead at second. Here's the pitch. And the changeup is way low that
Yeah,
time.
I really... As long as these seasons are I enjoy... I love the offseason.
Lifted in the air to right field. Rizzo.
I was hoping it would just be a little farther.
He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. Cardinals
yeah, because he hasn't been the same.
Solo home run.
Definitely hasn't.
It's now a 4-1 game.
And I know as a Cardinal fan, I was like, would you kick the tires on him? It's something that our fan base kind of talked about. But like, we have pitching. Like, if we were going to go after you, to me, we could have just kept Lance Lynn. Lynn was good, but the qualifying offer, Cardinals knew what they were doing. They didn't really want to pay him. I don't blame them. Like, they have young pitching. All right, Walker. I'm watching you. I'm watching you very closely right now.
Too low, apparently.
Hey, let's not sugarcoat it. He's had a rough couple innings. He's going to have to find a way, whether it be mechanically or
Walker
mentally,
will for sure
to be
come
able to
out
stay
his
in this
next
game.
time up. I just need him to be productive before that time comes. Like, let's keep this a 4-run game for the Cubs when we see you hopefully in the 4th inning, but for sure.
Now a swing and a ball shot foul right at home plate.
I'll take that. So how do you feel about the Cubs this season? I hear a lot of mixed opinions. I'm of the belief that they'll... There's... Like, I'm just assuming Rizzo and Bryant at some point are going to be fine. And once they are, the inroads will happen. Like, I really think that they are... I still have the Cubs and Dodgers in the NLCS. Super talented team the Cubs are. Like, I still believe in them. We're just as a Cardinals fan, but if I was betting my money, that's where it lies.
And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1. A high fastball is in there.
Yep, you got the talent, you got pitching. If you're playing off of last year's, you know, Davis definitely helps us. Davis is really good on this game. And young players, like, when if you ever needed someone, you would totally be able to trade.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well executed pitch there.
Second half team, yeah. It's like the kind of, like, the season's so long, kind of like Dodger fans that were freaking out early in the season, like, guys. Like, come on now. It's April. Are you really going to start saying the season's over in April? I guess a long way to go, and here you go. Dodgers are within striking distance. This is game 2. Buckeye, I'm up 1-0. I just won the last one 7-1, and as you can see, the Cubs are off to a quick start here, trying to answer. And hello, Bear. What do I do? Contreras already has a 2-run home run.
Pitch is laid off, but in there for strike 1.
Everything away. I'm scared. I don't want to give up a home run.
Fouled away.
Oh, that's what I don't want to do right now. So everything has been a fastball or a cutter, so I'm thinking if I go inside with a circle change, maybe I can catch him off speed.
Now the payoff pitch home.
Nope.
And this is taken low for ball 4, and they'll have themselves a 2-out base runner here after all.
And I'm sure the manager is just fine with that. I mean, it's better to battle a slugger like that to the end and end up walking him than serving on up where he can really hurt you.
Trying to pick things up where we left off, Wilson Contreras. He hit a 2-run jack in his first at-bat.
And hey, it was a breaking ball to boot. This guy's a pretty good off-speed hitter. You could tell by that last at-bat he wasn't fooled at all. He sat back, waited, got the breaking ball, and didn't miss it.
Fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0.
I wonder if that call not going his way right there has anything to do with walking the last guy.
It's still their division. People, like, I think Milwaukee has a solid team, but they're going to hit a slump at some point. We'll see what the Cubs do when that happens. And
to the fans, that probably looked like something good to hit.
I just feel Milwaukee is building to being a good team. They're just not there yet. Still the Cubs division to lose. And the Cardinals, you know, since I'm a Cardinal fan, they're there. They're hanging around.
Waka
but
comes set.
I don't see the Cardinals winning the division. Clearly not winning the division.
Batter's gonna
And
have
I
to
don't.
find a
I
way to
also do
regroup
not
right
see them
there.
making
That
the
caught too much
playoffs.
of the plate. He knew it. He missed it. He might not get another
do not.
opportunity to put the ball in play.
Swung on and missed,
All right.
and that's the final out of the inning. Cubs strand one, but they lead it 4-1. Here's Colton Wong now. A base hit in his first trip.
Hey, we're still in the early stages of this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Nope. That's
And
a
a
ball.
ball 1-0. And the sinker is over here, and that evens things at 1.
Yeah, Reds are definitely playing better. I like it. And I know, Buckeye, it had to be rough for you
Now
to
the
watch
1-1 pitch.
the way the season started,
Hit hard on
because
the ground to the right.
there's
And
you
that
like
is
the young
through
guys,
into
and
right
then it's
field
like,
for a
man,
single.
like they were
So the
playing
inning
so
opening
awful.
single kicks off their
They're being
half.
competitive, and that's what you like to
There's
see.
another base hit. This is just kind of
Don't
like
know
they're
how they'll
giving
end up
just
finishing.
giving D-Roll both
Maybe they can catch the Pirates.
hits, and we're just in the third
We'll
inning.
see, but I
Their
definitely
ears
like
were
what they're.
open on both
The
sides.
last month or so has been pretty good.
Good plan at the plate. A lot of execution.
No
from
easy
the
wins coming
offensive
against
side
them.
on both sides.
True. That's when that schedule lightens up. It's gonna be a difference
First
maker.
pitch of the at-bat on its way. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. Nobody out, runner on first.
Okay, let's see what I want to do here.
A ball and a strike to the Cardinals' first baseman. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1.
Well, it's 2-1 now, and we haven't seen a fastball from him in this at bat yet. As a hitter, you've probably
Let's
got
see
to sit
next.
on that right now.
Twins from Milwaukee. Oh, freaking Diamondbacks, great. Not helping the Cards.
The 2-1 home. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. And
Let's go.
goodbye.
MVP comes through down the line. Did not think that had enough to get out.
A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. His first homer here in the series as it's trimmed to a 4-3 game now.
MVP getting it done.
Guys, we've seen 4 big balls between the two teams so far today. What are your impressions of the long ball display?
Ball got out in a hurry. And just like that,
Mini home run derby.
we're right back in it.
Flying out of the ballpark today.
Just great approaches by both lineups today. We were around the cage during
Inside
batting
out it,
practice.
that will
Both
drop.
were super confident, and it's coming to
Let's
fruition
go.
today.
And that'll get down for a base hit.
I want to see who the Cubs play next.
So
That's what I was trying to look to see. The Tigers.
Make a really good pitch, and yet
That's a
this guy's
sweep.
so big and so strong, he's able to muscle it into right field for a base hit.
I will definitely make sure that I'm available on Tuesday to watch the Cardinals play
That's a nice AB.
the D-backs. I'm off on the
Here's
4th of
Marcell
July.
Ozuna.
Like, it's a possibility
And the
Wednesday
first
if I
pitch to
really
him is a
wanted to. I
changeup.
could
Can't
drive
find
out
the
to
zone. It's
Arizona
1-1.
and watch them play. Then I have to be back for work super early. I don't know if I could do that. I have to think about that one.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Now this is the kind of count this guy feeds on at the plate. You can bet he's geared to hit the fastball right here.
I'm feeling a lot better about this game right now.
2-0 count. The pitch finds the zone. Strike one.
His pitch count's starting to go up a little bit. I just need to get him out. Ugh. The Cubs have been depressing. Watching as a Cardinal fan, how many runs they've been putting up, like, I mean, hell, Lester hit a home run. 8 runs in an inning? This is disgusting. Meanwhile, with the Cardinals, we're just hoping that we can manage more than 1 run a game, it feels.
3-2 pitch.
All right.
And look out, that's in very tight, and it's ball 4.
Well, it's obvious that earlier home run he gave up is still on his mind. He had him 3-2, but he didn't want to give him anything over the heart of the plate to hit, so we'll see if that walk comes back to hurt him.
Ready for another chance? Jed Jerko, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield.
No double play here. I need you to have a good at-bat,
It'll
Jed.
be interesting this AB to see if they give him a steady diet of fastballs.
Right through it here, and he's behind 0-1.
Terrible swing. Look at
You're
Walker
on
at
the mound in
ERA.
this situation, you only have 2 options. You got to find a way to strike this next guy out or get him to ground into a double play.
I considered bunting, honestly, as even though Jed has power, because I'm worried about a double play. And with Yachty up next, it's a concern.
And low, it's a ball and a strike. Good lead off a second there. Now the pitch. Now a ball swung on and heading for the stands in right, and that'll move the count to 1-2 now.
Yeah. Cubs are scary. When their offense is going, they have enough pitching. That is a really difficult team to beat.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. On the run is Almora. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. Digging in to try it again. Yadier Molina. He drew a walk his first time up.
I would consider, with the way this inning is going, I would totally consider pulling the plug on Walker after 3 innings and say, hey, thank you for 3. And we'll just mix and match the rest of the way and see if we can find a way to a win, because I know we have a day off in between games, so the bullpen will recharge a little. And I have Carlos, who's my workhorse, going in game 3. That makes you feel kind of good.
The 2-0.
Damn it, couldn't hold
Swing and
that.
a miss, strike 1.
Yep. What a bum shoulder.
On the ground is short. This could be 2. 1 there. On to first, and he really paid the price at second base, but it's a double play, and the inning is over. But the Cards do strike for 2, both coming on this 2-run dinger. We're through 3 here in the Gateway City.
I mean,
It's
I
now
called
a
it.
4-3 ball
Worried
game.
about the double play, and it came.
So in now for Chicago, Ian Happ. Fly down
But if I would have sacrificed there, then, you know, that's potential run. Worst case, you load the bases for Dexter Fowler, who doesn't tend to hit into double plays. This is Walker's last inning regardless. If he can get me through 4, I'm cool with that. Probably a pinch hit with Greg Garcia. I'll keep Chisenhall for later in the game.
And now the Cubs pitcher, Kyle Hendricks. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Walker's going to have like 60 to 70 pitches, which is definitely not good through 4, but we'll figure the rest out. I said Jack's going to come in and pitch for a bit.
2-0 now.
Can't allow yourself to lose focus right here with the pitcher up. Got to stay on the attack.
Brebbia would be
Minimize
the other
pitches
option.
against these guys and put them away early.
It is the playoffs. I don't care who pitches.
2-0.
I'm trying to win.
swinging a ball line softly down the line in right.
I mean, it's not like I'm going to pitch Carlos or anything like that, but as far as Jack, like, he's free to be pitched whenever, pretty much now.
Fastball that he's
Roach
way
show.
out in front
I
of,
had one on
swinging
last
and
year's
miss.
game, but I stopped playing it because I got lucky. The perfect situation as a batter. Playing in Washington, so I'm a lefty in
Runs
real life.
coming fast and
I'm technically a
furious
switch
here.
hitter, but I
4-3
feel more
our
comfortable
score
as a
we play
lefty,
the
so I
fourth.
bat lefty on the game. And
that is swung
I
on and missed.
got
Down
drafted
strikes,
by,
and the first two are retired here to begin inning
I
number
think I got
4.
traded to the
You know what was
Nats, and I
really
got to bat in
impressive
front
to
of
me
Bryce
about that
Harper. Like, you
strikeout?
couldn't ask
He
for
fell
a better
behind and went over to
situation to
start
be
the
in.
at-bat. That's a
Like, I
pretty
get to
bad
be in
place
front of
to be,
Bryce and
but
get hits.
Then he kind of refocused himself and came right back with 3 quality pitches
That
in a row
I should definitely
to
carry
sit him
over.
down.
So I wanted to start
That's
a new
not
one.
easy to do, but now his focus has to hone in on getting ahead on the next guy.
Just not sure.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. It was a double for him in his first turn at the plate. Waka gets the sign. Here's the 0-1.
There we go.
Line to the right side.
1, 2, 3 for Waka.
Preservation down at first as he pulls that one in to end the inning. Cubs are down in order, but they hold on to a 4-3 lead.
Ew, that's weird.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Dexter Fowler comes into this at-bat 0 for 1.
Oh, that's weird. Like, totally weird.
Here's the first pitch to him. And this is fouled at the plate.
Do I want to go with Lonnie now, or do I want to go with Garcia? Because there's a chance Lonnie might not have
The 0-1 delivery.
Base hit.
Line drive to
You
left.
hang him. Just slap
And
the
a
other way.
base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard.
Could sacrifice.
Hey, right here, anytime the leadoff hitter gets on in front of the pitcher, it puts the defense on notice. You're going to see the third baseman creeping in. You're going to see the first baseman crashing, trying to get that out at second base. But if not, make sure of one.
So I want to say I heard something where it's automatic that they have a position change. Like, I don't know why you would do that. That seems like just defeats the purpose.
Greg Garcia come on to pinch hit now.
Especially as a pitcher, that's the worst.
Number 35, Greg Garcia.
All right, Garcia. Let's see if you can come through with a base
His
knock.
matchup numbers with Hendricks. A number of meetings, he's 1 for 7. Fowler aboard here at first with nobody out. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1. Garcia, a California-born ball player. He was selected in the 7th round.
Yeah, that's
back
pretty
in the
bad.
2010 first-year
Is it
player
like that
draft.
if you import it, or is it if just on a brand new, or is it imported? Does it matter?
The 1-2. Now he gets the ground ball to first. This might be 2.
Nothing kills the momentum more than getting into double plays. Again, that's an opportunity to sacrifice, and I don't, and I end up getting into grounding into a double play.
Right there because of the difficult throw the first baseman has to make. No problem this time though, and they get the 2 outs they were looking for.
All right.
Speedy Trey Turner digs in now.
But Kyle is showing that he's human, so that's a good thing.
Inside for ball 1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. The 1-0 delivery. Good changeup that time, but he wouldn't bite on it.
You will rest in peace.
How I did not hit the swing button, I don't know. That scared the crap out of me. Yoshi, thanks for the
pounded in twice. That ball looks like a foot outside.
3 balls
I need to charge my mic,
shortstop.
so I'm going to wait until the end of this at bat. Hope you're doing well, Yoshi. I always like seeing that name, Fire Breathing Yoshi, because it makes me think of with Smash coming out later this year. I'm going to get back into Yoshi being one of my mains. So I'm excited for that. Swung that ball for.
3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors so far for the Redbirds.
And that is going to be a base knock. My question is, do I try to steal second? Or do I let Long do his thing? Let me mute my mic just a sec so I can plug it up.
But not the case, giving up that late 2-out knock.
Or this lineup is so deep, 1 through 9, they could put a hurting on you, and they're making him work, and he's given up a lot of base hits so far in this one. So far, this has not been an easy one for this pitch.
Pitch out.
Here's the second baseman.
Just need to make sure that I plug up. So it makes my
my
mic. It's weird. When I had the gold headset, it didn't pick up background noise or movement. But with the platinum, it picks up everything.
Turner's on his horse on his way to second. A pitch out. The throw, but he's safe at first as he
almost got me on that one.
Here it comes, 2-0.
And he's on second.
Strike called. Now the throw down. And it skips in as he's
doing better.
It
This is turning out to be a stressful game.
I'm sure the defense knew it too, but he has lightning.
What part of your what part of the season are you in right now? All right, base hit will tie the game. Come on, Colton. It's all on you, buddy. At least get on base. If not, so Carp comes up to bat. Carp has a 2-run home run, which is why this is 4-3. Catch up of the game. Baez leads off with a home run in the first solo shot. They add a second run and third in the next inning with Contreras hitting a 2-run home run. Baez with another RBI. So it's 4-0 after 2 for them. We get a home run in the bottom of the second from Paul. I'm sorry, not from Paul, from Jed, so cut it to 4-1. And then Matt Carpenter has a 2-run home run. And we're 4-3. We've made some inroads here trying to do something, and man, trying to make this happen here. A couple of questionable decisions by me not to sacrifice have come back to haunt me both times.
I know a lot of pitchers, they call that a wall scraper in his
I
last
wanted to swing
AB,
so
but
bad.
it counts as a home run nonetheless.
Oh, I was looking outside too. Try to drill that down left field line.
1-0 pitch. A tough sinker on the inside corner.
The
Hey, I don't
Orioles.
mind that batter taking that strike right there. He's walked a couple people early in this game.
Yeah, back
Gotta
in
find out
09.
if he can find the zone. If he wants to walk them all in, we'll take it.
Trying to think of the roster back then. I know it's not favorable, not with existing in the AL East. Ah,
Slow roller back to the mound.
damn it.
On to first, and the Redbird rally goes for naught as that ends the inning. Cards strand a couple. Still down a run. It's 4-3.
We're getting to him, but we just can't get him out the game. Alright, Jack. My 5th starter. Move to the pin since, you know, 4-man rotation, potentially a 3-man rotation. So I need him to be solid here.
Here's Javier Baez. He's off to a fast start in this one. 2 for 2, including
Truthfully, he didn't pitch well against the Cubs in the his last start of the season.
0-1 the count.
But I trust him.
Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2.
Alright, we're going to drop a change here. Tough
The
decision
next
there.
0-2.
And
In
you
the
get it.
dirt, but swung on and missed. And the throw is there to record the first down. Cardinals are into their bullpen now as there are the final
Wow, I was
numbers
about
for
to
their
look it up.
starters.
Oh,
Clearly
that's
not
a
the
challenge,
postseason
alright.
outcome
Adam
he had
Jones.
envisioned.
Marquez. Oof. Good luck with that. You'll definitely have to keep me up to speed and let me know how that turns out.
Digging in once
That is
again,
rough.
Albert Almora. It was a flyout for him in his last
Hey,
trip.
little goop. I will play 3 seasons. This is season 1.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
Oh, I forgot it says it on the thing. Sorry. Yeah, this is my first season. I'm gonna play 3 seasons. Oh, Ryan, what's up? How did your day go?
Missed with a slider.
Nothing but baseball.
You will rest in peace.
And thanks for the host, Prometheus.
The 2-0 on the way. Hit down the third baseline. But a foul ball, and it's 2-1 now.
Yeah, anything happened with the Lakers today? I heard a couple things happen. Just a few. Nothing major, though.
Hit out towards second. Wong is there.
Ah, Colton couldn't get it. That could be costly. It's not gotta deal with the big bats.
Next for the
Crap.
First baseman.
Hey, that's great hustle right there out of the box. Not everybody's getting it right out of the chute from step one, but I have to ask you, Dan, how frustrating executing a pitch and there's an infield knock.
Yeah, I'm gonna play 3 seasons. Normally I play 2. An online franchise essentially is a 3rd season because of how many games I would be playing.
And they'll have runners at the corners following the 1-out single.
He wasn't letting that one go. Jumped on the first pitch right there. Drove it into the outfield for a base hit.
What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I can't walk him because Bryant's after, and I feel more comfortable pitching against Bryant.
Into the box, Kyle Schwarber, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. No hits to this point.
Scared. I'm scared right now.
Into the corner and slicing.
Yeah, brought back KCP. You know, good moves, good solid move. 3-and-D player.
We're in the 5th inning of a 4-3 ball
Thought
game
that was
here.
a quality signing. Definitely the highlight of the day for the Lakers for sure.
The 1-2. There's a swing and a high deep headed for the right field.
Oh, my heart.
And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there.
Hey, I don't mind you throwing a fastball in this situation, but I think,
Oh my
being honest
God.
with ourselves, that one caught a little bit too much of the plate.
1-2 is an off-speed pitch. No dice. It's 2-2.
I don't blame
Streaming
the
for
pitcher
7
one
hours,
bit for
man.
trying to get the chase right there. He's been fouling everything
That's a
off.
solid
He's still
stream
got the
right there for
entire
sure.
arsenal open to him. So we'll see what pitch
Yes,
he goes with
thank you.
Swing and a miss as he ran that 2-6
Whew.
by Bryant for the second out.
Looked to me like he had the right idea with the swing.
And so
on
out the
that
pitch to Bryant.
He just didn't get the bat through the zone
Don't
in
have
time.
to, but I
The
don't
pitch
want to
was
deal with
away,
Contreras, who
and
already
it
has a
hit
home
deep.
run. It's a
Maybe trying to
lose-lose
take it the
situation
other
right
way,
now.
but it got too deep and was by him by the time his barrel could get in the correct position.
Starting at 66. Oh, wow. GG Braves.
Here's Chris Bryant now. As he
I'll
looks
walk
at a
Bryant if I
fastball
have
that
to.
misses off
I'm
the plate for
not
ball
trying to
1.
let him hit a
See what
home
he
run.
can do here with a pair of runners on base.
If
and
I have to
2
give
down
up
here
a
in the fifth.
double, fine. I'm not trying to give up 3. I'll take 1.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch hit on the ground out to short. DeYoung
Yes, good job, Paul.
First, and the Cubs squander what looked like a good opportunity. As that
Jones
ends the
batting
inning.
185.
And it remains a 4-3 game.
Huff 205. Hey, Juan Uribe was dope back then, so that's actually a pretty solid signing.
Middle infielder Paul DeYoung. It was a single for him in his
Power
last
bats
at
batting
bat.
205. Yeah, that's not great. And Jones, that definitely hurts. Assassin's Creed. So a variety streamer. I like that.
First pitch coming. Here it
So
is.
I'm gonna ask, since you're playing
And
Assassin's Creed, does that mean that you would be getting Odyssey
right there, and he executed it
after what we
perfectly.
saw of it at
Big
E3?
arcing curveball that starts at the
And thanks for the
batter's hip
follow,
and then
Joker.
just bends onto the inside corner. A lot of hitters have a tendency to open up way too early, and they can't make good contact on that pitch.
2 balls and a strike to the St.
All right,
Louis
Hendricks
leadoff
is
hitter.
on shaky ground. We gotta try to tie this game before he leaves. I have my 3 power righties up, and then Yachty.
Now a curveball here, nowhere close. That's in the dirt. It's 3-1.
Down by a run, your guy needs to get on.
Chisenhall
anyway
is
he
my
can.
big
His
bat. I don't
mentality
want to
has
use
to
him
be
yet
to
still.
shrink this strike. Swing at a pitcher's pitch.
Changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on it now.
That was ball 4, crap. And thank you for the follow, Prometheus. Damn that changeup.
Changeup swung on and missed for the first down.
Up next for the Cardinals.
The next to bat for St. Louis.
One of the worst feelings as a batter is swinging at ball 4 and then getting out. Feel totally unproductive.
First pitch on its way. He'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1. 3
Still need to
runs,
finish
8
Black
hits,
Flag.
and
I'm
no
looking
errors
at
so far for the
back at
Redbirds.
PS4. Still need to finish that.
Looks at a sinker there that drops in 1-1.
Unity is still sealed. I'm so far behind. It's crazy.
Now the 1-1 pitch.
Ah, good
This
pitch.
one's chopped foul right at the plate. The count moves
You're
now
4th
to
in the
1-2.
division. You're on a 12-game losing streak. Ouch. Ouch. Down the line.
Baseline. And that's through for a base hit. Make him
Turn
1
that
for 2 in
turn.
this one.
Get 2. Let's go. Runner in
He'll
scoring
put it to
position.
second with 1 away.
As we look again at that double here, you can see that he was thinking 2 right out of the box. Smashed it down
Especially with
the line,
Schwarber and
that
left, I was thinking
a
of
great
2
hustle
right away.
To beat the throw to second to earn himself a double.
Ready once
All right,
again.
Jed, a second home run would be
Jerko.
great.
It was a fly out for him in his last trip.
Can we avoid a double play this inning? I want to jinx myself. I'm just saying. The old-time double plays have helped Hendricks out. Oh, we gotta have a good at bat. Take advantage of anything. He may possibly get walked.
A throw behind the runner
Ooh.
at second, and the runner will get back standing.
That would have been 3rd right there. If I was a pitcher, I'd probably walk Jed to get to Yachty.
That time that broke too low. Ozuna leads off second.
Oh,
with
got
1
you,
out in the
got you,
inning.
Yoshi. Okay, sorry. Misread it, my bad.
Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
Because you were recording it. The things sometimes as a streamer, when you're playing games that maybe aren't fun, and you feel obligated to finish because other
Pickoff
people are
moves to
watching,
second. Don't want to forget about it.
those hurt sometimes.
Now the 2-0 home. In the dirt. It's 3-0 now.
And what was wrong with
Waiting
your
on deck,
keyboard,
here's
dude?
Yadi Molina.
Like something under the hood?
Here it is, the 3-0.
Ah, recording for YouTube. Gotcha. Alright, this is a big pitch right here. You gonna come in the strike zone? So if you are, I'm swinging.
The 3-1. And this one's chopped foul right at home plate.
We'll get to that in a second, Ryan. I just need to finish this at bat. I was gonna
1 out
circle
and a
back to
runner on
that.
second base.
This is a big at bat because I do not want him to strike out. Because if he strikes out and Yachty has to come up, there's no confidence in Yachty to get a hit. The ratings say he's clutch. My season with him says he's not, because I was batting 220 with him in the regular season. But granted, 220, he did come up with some major at bats, and key spots throughout the season. But I need it to be Jed.
Swing and a miss at one in the dirt. Contreras goes to get it, and he makes the throw to first. Jerko is retired, 2 down now.
Is actually typing PCFR. Wow.
Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Sinker runs outside to start the at-bat.
My Facebook post summed up like one of the 3 things about LeBron going to the Lakers. Yeah, I saw it, Goop. I thought maybe you might have just, like, I don't know, sometimes you hit extra buttons, you drop something on the keyboard, kids around. A lot of times if I see what someone is saying and like I understand it, I never call anyone out for mistyping.
Outside, 3-0 now.
So
starting to see a lot more balls from him now, and that's a direct result of him
this could be
getting
interesting.
Pretty good.
Yo, Raven,
He's trying
welcome
to do
back.
Something different, and it's resulting
How
in him
is
not
it going?
attacking the strike zone anymore.
3-0 pitch.
So the Lakers.
In there for strike 1.
It'll be interesting if he comes in the zone aggressively again here with the base open.
This is my thing about the NBA in general.
2 out here and a runner at second.
I'm not gonna lie, I love that emote. Kind of biased though. Come on, Yachty. Come on, Yachty. Damn, I thought it was gonna be a ball.
3-2 full count now.
Feel more confident in Dex. Not real life Dex, but my version of Dex in the show. This is gonna be his last batter, I'm sure.
Good lead there at second. Here's the pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. But this will land out there just foul.
Because I'm pretty sure with Dex coming up, they're going to go into the pen.
He'll try it again, 3-2. And that misses, ball 4. So it's first.
Alright, so my version of the NBA. This is what irritates me about the NBA. This is why it's my least favorite of the Big Four. And I've definitely talked about this in stream an awful lot. 1, I personally am not the biggest fan of super teams. And that's going to sound super hypocritical of me, seeing how I'm... Let me put it this way. Let me explain a couple things. One, I'm a Laker fan because my parents are Laker fans, so I was born into being a Laker fan. Of the other 3 sports, I chose them on my own. I grew up overseas in Germany. Both my parents were born in Cali and SoCal. My dad is from LA, my mom's from Pasadena. They're both hardcore Laker fans, so it's one of those things I didn't have a choice. Or if I did, I didn't exercise it enough. But the NBA in general, the best team wins. And it's the best team because they have the best collection of talent. Obviously, I know the Lakers' history. Those teams were stacked. The Celtics, they have more championships than anyone else. Those teams were stacked. The stacked teams tend to win. That's why it's cool from time to time to see a team like Dallas beat Miami or Detroit beat the Lakers, because the expected doesn't happen. Golden State is ridiculous. They were already super good with Curry, Thompson, and Green, but they were still somewhat beatable. Well-oiled machine. Iguodala, let me add him. Don't want to leave him out. Don't want to be disrespectful. But adding Durant just broke it. But you could also say the same thing about LeBron going to Miami with Bosh and Wade. It's different when you have a team form like that than, say, a team like OKC with drafting Durant, drafting Westbrook, drafting Harden, drafting Ibaka. Like, just the way the team is constructed is different. So I totally understand why people may not watch basketball. I'm with you on that because I'm the same. I watch the Laker games and I ignore basketball for the most part as much as I can. Dex, let's go! Let's go! 2-run triple!
And he's safe at the plate as they take the lead.
That's what I'm talking about. Clutch at bat.
This is an easy decision for him to try for third because he has the play right in front of him, so he doesn't have to rely on any of his base coaches. Good decision to keep chugging, and he makes it all the way around safely.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. I'm so pumped up on that right now. You're trash in real life, but you get shit done on the game, dude. Okay, they're not going to the pin. Fuck it, let's just go for it now. Bring in Lonnie. That's my best lefty bat off the bench. I was trying to save him as long as I could. Go. Alright, I gotta calm down a little. Hendricks is still in. Hey, no problems, Raven. I see what you said. I just didn't. I so like locked into that at bat. I'm glad you're having fun. You'll definitely have to let me know how they went. I can't remember if you're in the Discord or not, but if you are, you should totally post pictures. On top of the ball. And you're right, the Warriors are beatable. They're the best team as far as talent, but there's a couple things to look at. Me and my cousin were talking about it earlier today. Lonnie comes through. RBI single. Let's go. Big fifth inning for the Cardinals.
Hey, that's a heck of a job by the shortstop
Clutch.
right there for him to range, at least get to that ball and show his pitcher with a diving stop. He's willing to get dirty.
And that's it for Kyle.
Mike Montgomery takes over here with a runner at first and 2 gone in the inning.
But let's go back to talking about basketball for a sec here. So for me, it kind of took the fun out the NBA when all the talent is collected between a handful of teams. Like, let's be honest, the same 2 teams playing in the finals 4 years in a row is ridiculous. I'm a guy that I like competitive balance. Like I said, it sounds hypocritical of me coming from a Laker fan, but you look at when the Lakers had Shaq and Kobe, the East was bad, but you could look at the Kings, Portland, the Spurs, all legitimately could be threats to beat the Lakers. I didn't feel like there's anybody in the West that could beat the Thunder, beat the Warriors. And then LeBron, you know, you have the team in Miami, then he goes to Cleveland, they get, Kyrie's already there, and then they get Kevin Love. It's like, they are the most talented team, they should win the East. Anything less is a disappointment, you know? And it just, like, to me, like, when I look at hockey, for example, the best team doesn't necessarily always win, and I'm okay with the team that plays the best being the team that wins. The Capitals have had the best record in the regular season. They won the President's Cup a couple times. They have 1 championship. They had, you know, Pittsburgh's won a couple.
First pitch on its way.
I watched the Ducks as an 8 seed roll through and win a championship with Jean-Sebastian Jaguar, hot goalie, leading his team through. I'm a Buffalo Sabres fan, and I got to watch Dominic Hasek growing up carry teams on his back to try to get, you know, playoff wins. Just those, the other 3 sports. Football, obviously, because it's a 1-game situation. Anything can happen. That's always exciting. Hockey, it's the best of 7, but because the margin of victory is so small, and your stars don't play the majority of the game like you do in basketball, other things happen. The best team doesn't always win. Baseball, 2 pitches, hot and cold streaks. There's the bullpen. Like, there's a lot of things that factor into who wins. I mean, look at the Yankees. I think it's the Red Sox, the money that they spend, the money the Dodgers spend, how many championships that they've had recently. You know, you feel like other teams have a chance. I don't get that in the NBA. Because really, we know going into the season, there's 4 teams at most have a chance to win a championship, and that's it, barring injury. So, I'm not really sure where I'm at with basketball right now. I'm a Laker fan. I usually watch 40 to 50 Laker games a year, and then I just ignore the playoffs. I know who wins because I have friends that watch basketball, and you know, I still see it when I go to my different websites as far as getting sports news. But I don't really pay attention to it. Like, I'm gonna obviously have to pay more attention with LeBron being here. He's a generational talent. It'd be really hard to ignore him, seeing how I live in San Diego. I already know when I go to work tomorrow, the radio is just gonna be crazy all day.
Swing and a little tapper.
So yeah,
foul. 2 strikes on him now.
For me, hockey first, NFL second, baseball third, and then NBA is a distant fourth. But going back to the Warriors for a second.
Grounded back up the middle. Gloved by Russell. Throw on to first, and a good
the Warriors are the favorites, and I agree with Dark just said. I would put my money on them for sure. The thing that would make me hesitate on the Warriors is this. This would be their 5th year in a row of going to the finals if they do. At some point, you'd have to think that would catch up with them. Will it? I don't know. But you would just think at some point, like, that's a lot of trips to the finals. And that's 5 for everyone outside of Durant, the core important people, Iguodala, Green, Thompson, and Curry. And it would be Durant's 3rd. And even though Durant didn't go to the finals the year before, they went to the 7 games with the Western Conference line. A lot of tread on those tires. Lakers aren't winning a championship next year. I'm not a delusional fan. I'm a realistic fan. But the Lakers should be able to make the playoffs. We'll see how this young core develops. We'll see what happens with the front with Kawhi.
He'll start things out now
We'll
in
go
the top
from there.
half of the 6th.
But as it stands today, my money is on Golden State to win. And if I would go for another team to win, it's going down. I'd probably go with Boston being second. I'm not sure about third.
The 0-1 pitch. A ball and a strike.
Not sure how I feel about Houston.
27-year-old. He was selected in the 1st round.
And I'm
back in
not
the
sure how I
2015
Philly's young.
MLB draft.
Like they
They certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has
still
turned
growing.
himself into an absolute superstar.
But there's still more
Everybody
free
knows
agency,
this
so we need to
guy's
see how
name.
the rest of the
Kids are
rosters
buying
play
his
out,
jerseys.
you know. So
Had him
I'll
off
wait, but I'm
stride
saying
that
today
time,
that's
and
just
it's
kind of how I feel.
1-2.
After that swing, you just got to reset yourself. You still have a strike to work with, and you can't be thinking about how silly you just looked on that last pitch.
They really bunch
Good
him
pitch.
up on that one as he swings and misses for the 1st out.
It's
Not a lot of wear and
easy
tear,
for a hitter to look that
but just a
bad.
lot of
That's what
games
happens when
played.
you bring that
Just when
fastball
you have
and ride it
when you
in
have
on the
super
inner
short
half the
off
plate
seasons,
right there, you can get some pretty ugly
it'll
swings.
catch up with you eventually. What would help them is like what they did not last year but the year before. Their series was short. Outside of, like, honestly, outside of the Houston series going 7 games, they've I think they lost 1 game the year before with Durant when they got him that first year. And let's be honest, it took a ridiculously worldly effort.
Turner racing back to the track.
Oof.
On the warning track, he makes the catch.
Keep those series short. He does a good job of.
Jason Hayward.
Well, I'm not saying no so much as far as you're playing into June. That's what I'm looking at. It's like you're playing into June. You're playing 90 plus games, 100 games
And this pitch is taken on the inner half for
every
strike
year
one.
for all those years running. And that's what, you know, Curry missing time because he's being injured. Possibly cost him a championship.
0-1, here it comes. Now a ball hit hard
Then
towards
arguably you
center.
could say the same
That
thing with
gets
Kyrie
down,
and Love
the
missing the
inning
first
continues.
finals matchup
So
between
that'll
them.
extend the inning and bring in
But if
Addison Russell to
totally,
bat
if they
next.
stay healthy, they're winning. I put all my money on them. I don't even go like I'll put like 90% on the Warriors and 10% on another team. You know, I'm putting it all on.
Here's Addison Russell. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line
And
out.
this is just me thinking out loud. The one thing that I saw that potentially could have helped
Sliders in for a strike.
is when you play the Warriors, I feel the way to beat them
And a neck-high
is you have to be
fastball
able
that
to
time.
match the def lineup, and you have to be able to
Set.
switch.
Here comes the 1-1.
And if we're
Now
talking
that's
about
popped
super
up.
teams,
Just foul.
just saying hypothetically, I don't know what you would have had to give up to get Kawhi. But if you have Kawhi, LeBron,
The 2 balls and 2
even
strikes
though
now.
that was an older LeBron, a Kawhi, LeBron, and a George.
Swing and a liner toward the gap in left center. And that falls in for a solid base hit, his second of the night. The
Big
relay,
advantage.
the
Ooh,
tag,
Trey.
and they'll get
Glad
it
you
to
got that ball
second.
out there
With
quick.
that, the side is retired. Left for the Cubs.
Just let me go back to saying the fact that you have those 3 guys. I'm assuming you probably play LeBron at 5. You'd be able to switch a lot of stuff. Like I said, I don't know how the rest of the Laker roster looks at that point, but I feel like that's the type of team that would be able to match up with them.
Now pitching for Chicago, number 19.
But you have to look at how do the Lakers form chemistry, who's the number 2 guy. No, like I said, who is still on the team? None of that is known.
Here's Matt Carpenter.
Leading off for the Cardinals, first baseman, Matt.
Yeah, LeBron has to play defense. Like I understand LeBron had to do a lot on the offensive end for Cleveland, and he didn't have the greatest collection of talent around him.
Here's the first pitch to him.
But
A changeup that just catches the bottom.
gotta
of the
be better
zone for a
defensively.
strike.
Defense, a lot of times, defense like really annoys me. Defense is communication and effort, and there's
And that
lack
one
of
just missed
communication.
outside.
Because you could see, I watched 3 playoff games last year. I watched Game 6 and 7 of Boston and Cleveland, and I watched Game 7 of Indy and Cleveland, and I just saw
1-1.
a lot of arguing
Offered at and missed.
and
He chased it
you
for
know
strike 2.
miscommunication between the Cavs players. I'm like, man, like you guys haven't been playing defense all season. Like you're one of the worst defensive teams all year. Like at some point, like you just have to
The
look at
1-2
its effort. It really is
is laid off for ball 2.
frustrating. Ah, good pitch.
Swing and a miss on the slider,
And yes,
that's
Ryan,
out
that's a
number
huge
1.
signing. That's actually the first thing that I saw today when I woke up and tuned into sports was signing with Toronto. That's actually a huge, huge signing. You could say it's almost like the equivalent of Tavares is one of the best players in the NHL. We'll just go with that. I'm trying to find a player in the NBA to compare him to. Maybe that's relatable. But Tavares is one of the best players in the NHL. The Islanders wanted to re-sign him for obvious reasons. 2,
Drilled right back up
it put him in a tough spot because back at the deadline, like he said that he wanted to stay, but he's keeping his options open. And what do you do as a GM?
Hey, this guy's obviously seeing the ball.
You just have it in the playoffs the year before. You're not going to be in the playoffs this year, but you have talent. You have another young star to pair with him. You've drafted well the last couple of years. You have a young core that's coming up. Do you take the chance in trading him now for known quantities and blowing, basically just letting him go altogether and eating up cap space
Here's
with the
Marcell
return?
Ozuna.
Or
She'll take a look at a slider
do you
here that
try to
finds the
re-sign
zone
him
for strike 1.
and just go
1
from
for
there? And
2
he
with
turned
the
money
ball game
down. I
thus
think he
far.
got 7 years, 77 million. He had 7 years, 91 million on the table from multiple teams and turned it down to go to Toronto, where he's from.
0-1, here's
And
the pitch. A swing and a ground ball to third. There's one.
that was his favorite team
Back
growing
to
up.
Rizzo, and they
Pretty,
get out of it
pretty
here. A
cool
double
story.
play to retire the
Not gonna
side.
lie, a really, really
Around
cool
the horn
story.
they go. 5-4 to 3 to
Shame on Islander fans that have been really negative about it. I understand they feel salty. Trust me, I get it. I'm a
Welcome
Cardinal
back to Busch
fan.
Stadium
We
here in
felt the
St.
same
Louis.
way
It's on to the
when
7th
Pujols
now in
left.
game
It was a
2, but
terrible
before we start,
feeling,
there's a look at
but
our game summary to this point.
it is what it is. You have to go on. The team's going to have to go on. You
So
can't
the batting
dwell
order
on
turns
that.
over now and set to
Leading off
go
for the Cubs.
Javier Baez. He'll lead it off here as we begin inning number 7.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game,
Yes,
they're only
communication
down by a couple of
organized.
runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast.
I agree. Like this
They could
Cleveland
certainly
team
use
was just
that right
bad,
now.
Oh.
and then they rebooted
And
the
he gets
entire
ahead here with the
roster
fastball, strike 1.
during the before the All-Star break, and
Takes
the team's
this
still
the
bad.
other way to right.
They
And that's
he
a
said
base hit, so the
defense should be
pressure's on to open up the
should
inning.
never be something that you have to question. And as a Laker fan that watches a lot of games, it annoys me too. And Luke will take those guys out. Like, hey, you guys need to play defense. Offense comes and goes. You miss shots, you make shots. It's a miss-make league, we know. But at the end of the day, defense should not be
And
something
now
that
here's
ever
the
has to be
versatile
questioned.
outfielder,
That's just how I
Albert
feel.
Almora
That's just how I
Jr.
feel.
Strike one to start the at
I
bat.
know some people disagree with me on that. Like, you need to have good defenders, and I understand, like, in ISO situations,
On at first,
you need those.
nobody out.
But team communication
Down
on
the way,
defense
ball
should
one.
never be an issue. What do I think of the Blues? Yo, what's up, Droid?
Look into Molina, now the 1-1. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner.
I have mixed feelings about it for a couple of reasons. And I'm going to explain
Right
why.
side, hit hard.
Do I
And
feel
through for a
about
base
bad
hit.
about
His
him leaving?
second
This is
of the
not a good
ball game.
situation.
And that runner will go no further than second as there are two aboard now.
Boy, that's one of the, I guess, the advantages of hitting with that hole between first and second base, D-Row. First baseman has to hold that runner on. That leaves that right side wide open.
Yeah, and credit the batter right there. Nice piece of hitting right there. Not trying to do too much. He took a look at the defense and saw where it was aligned and tried to beat him.
Obviously, I'm going to go with the lefty here.
Now time is called here as we'll get a trip
And
to the
then
mound.
Bowman's going to come in as soon as he's needed.
Your attention, please.
So they'll go to the bullpen now, and it'll
Yeah,
be
the problem with
left
him is, like, he plays so
upcoming
long, like, the
left-handed
team
batter.
shouldn't be constructed the way that it is. It's just probably what it is. I understand on the offensive end the way the team's, you know, built, but them not having Kyrie hurt, and even Isaiah Thomas, I'll even say hurt in the playoffs, because you had no one else that really could go get their own basket. Clarkson probably was the only one, but he doesn't play defense. I know that as a Laker fan. It's a tough spot. Like, LeBron pretty much,
Delivery to him on the way.
it's like the
Swinging a
offense
ball
was
hit
built
softly
where
on
he
the
has to
ground.
do everything.
This is foul for the first strike. First and
He
second
can't
here with
ever
the
come
layout.
off the court, because if he is in foul
Swing and
trouble,
miss
they're
on the
screwed.
slider, and he's quickly
And I will
behind
give
0-2.
Kevin Love a
Yeah,
pass.
that pitch is the
Love was
equalizer.
injured in the
Left on the
playoffs.
left slider, down the way. He could spot
He
it
wasn't
up when he
100%,
needs
so I
to. That pitch is
understand
almost
not,
unhittable.
you know, but it's still at some
Ready
point,
with
like,
the
you're the number
0-2.
2. They should be able to get
Fouled
points
off.
from you at some point. But he wasn't healthy, so I'll let that go. And he did have a good finals. I know he struggled at different points in the playoffs. Boston,
Hard hit ball to second.
Indiana.
Has it. One there on to
What is
first,
it is.
so he comes right out of the bullpen.
LeBron's
and
got to
gets
be, as a
the
leader,
double
you just
play.
have to do
They
it. You
played
just
the
have to.
matchup there, and it worked out perfectly. Ground ball double play, and that changes
Um,
the complexion of this inning.
But back to Ryan O'Reilly for a second. I don't know if you saw the interview
Digging in,
that he
Kyle
had
Schwarber. And,
not
man,
too
this could
long
be a real
ago,
make or
talking
break
about this,
situation at this
you know,
point
this
in the game.
past season
Yeah,
with
at least scoring one
the
run in this inning
Sabres.
is so important to them to possibly get back into this thing. Baseball doesn't have a clock, but you
They,
only have 27 outs to work with. They're running out of those pretty quick.
It's a tough spot here. What do I do? I'm nervous about Schwarber, obviously,
Ready with the first pitch. Here it
because
comes.
one swing is going to tie the game
Changeup that catches the corner
if I
for strike
miss.
one.
Hey, I don't have a problem with him taking
He
a pitch
interviewed
right
and
there.
he talked
It's a good
about
opportunity
losing
to see what he's
and
got.
just accepting
Also a good
losing,
opportunity
and
to
that
see if
really
he's gonna
bothered
be
me.
pounding the strike zone.
It
If he
bothered
can
me
work
for a
a couple
couple of
walks, it
reasons.
could be the start
The
of a
Sabres
big
are a
inning.
talented enough team. I know they finished in
it's
last
1-1.
place. Obviously, they got the #1 draft pick. They should not have been a last place team. You had Evander Kane, Ryan O'Reilly, Kyle Pozo, Jack, Ristolainen. I'm missing someone else that's somewhat important. I can't think of the name right now.
Here's the 1-1.
That should not have been a team that finished in last place. So my issue is this. You talk about the team accepting losing, and you're a part of that. You're one of the captains. You need to be a leader, and you need to fight that. I understand it's a long season. When you lose a lot of games, it becomes a grind. I totally get
Back
that.
up the middle. DeYoung fields it cleanly. And the runner from third scores as they try and work their way back into this one. That makes it 6-5 now.
Now batting.
The next come up, Chris Bryant. He doubled earlier in the game, 1 for 2 to this point.
Wow. I thought he was on first base. Shit. Oh my God. Okay, I have to calm down now because
Matt Bowman
I
takes the
just gave
mound
up a
now, and
run.
it appears he's being brought in to face the
I just
right-handed
gave up a
batter who
run.
waits next.
Yeah, you usually don't hear the term righty specialist very often, but that's kind of how they're using it here,
Oh
Matt.
my
Most hitters
God.
have a harder time against pitchers of the same
Came
handedness,
in
so
line on
we'll
the
see if
bench.
this move pans out.
Robert Sacre, you know, first of all, as a Laker fan, Sacre, the fact that he was on that team as long as he was just frustrating. But even going back before that, Slava Medvedenko and Samaki Walker, like the fact that they existed on the Lakers and that they have championships is just bothers me. Adam Morrison, no comment.
From the stretch. Tried to check
Yeah,
it,
that
and
hurt.
it's 0-1.
And I was going to go, so yeah, that's kind of feel like, do I feel bad that O'Reilly got traded? No. He's a talented player. He put up good numbers, but he doesn't strike me as a leader.
0-1 pitch on its way. This is hit sharply to the left
That's
side.
just me.
And that's
He needs to be in a good situation. St. Louis, he'll be a good fit. But unless we were winning, he is not going to be. He just wasn't going to be a good guy to have around here. You can't have leaders that are going to be guys that quit when things go bad. And when we're in the midst of trying to fix things and become a winning team, there's going to be struggles. You have to have guys that are going to fight through that, and I just get the impression that he was ready to be out of Buffalo. So
that pitch catches the inside
there you
corner.
go. Yeah, thing about Jordan though,
2 out, possible tying and go-ahead runs on base.
Jordan
Boy, in a perfect spot
may
for
have
the
had a
there. It's
higher
0-2.
usage rate than LeBron did in the playoffs. I don't know that for a fact or what the numbers look like on that. But he had a supporting cast that was able to be more productive, at least looking at this latest Cleveland team in comparison to Jordan's other teams. Because you had Pippen that could play defense.
The 1-2.
But as a team, they played defense, and the triangle was a system where Jordan could get easier shots, whether he played ISO and they get in the basket, or just it generated other shots for other guys where he didn't have to do everything. Like, I don't have to dribble up the court, or I don't have to initiate the offense all the time to get baskets. Like, Jordan can kind of flow within the offense, but that offense can find shots for the Pippins of the world. As a Laker fan, you know, the Gasols of the world, the Fishers, the Shaws, the Foxes. So I like it. I just don't like that. And part of that is LeBron's fault too. So I'm definitely not absolving him of blame. Like, these are how you had the teams built. Everything's built off of you. You have to find ways to make it work. Gotta empower your guys. Not just by setting up shots, but by doing other stuff. You gotta empower your guys.
Hard hit ball to second. Baez has it. And quickly there's one down to lead off the frame.
Triangle offense to me is, people say it's outdated. Like, I don't like all that stuff that went on in New York, but I like the triangle offense. When I play in my IM games, we tend to run aspects of it a lot. I don't know where to go with. Because I'm the de facto point guard, because I'm the only one that can really handle the ball well. I'm also the only one on my team that has ability to score off the dribble. So we're kind of like looking at the same thing. Like, so how do you build a team? I can run pick and roll with my guys. We have high basketball IQ on our team. So I totally we can do stuff. So we can run the triangles, and that allows me to get out of the offense and let everyone else make sure the ball stays moving and everything. But defensively, like, again, like, I'm the leader of my team. I'm the best player on my team. I take the challenge of playing the best offensive player on the other team, and we all play defense. Like, it does not matter. I will cut down on my shots if I have to. We'll struggle on offense, but we will make that an ugly game by playing great defense. Something I would have liked Cleveland to try to do, but they came so dependent on the three this season. It's like 3 or bust. And with LeBron dropping however many points he drops in between. Things are so much easier when you play good defense.
Into his windup, here comes the 1-0.
Good play, Dex.
Into right field, that's a base hit.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't want Phil Jackson anywhere near the Lakers right now. I'm cool with Luke. Totally cool with Luke. I'm gonna go with Bader. I'm gonna save Jose in case we have to get another at bat later. Pinch hit. I'm all about efficiency on both sides of the court, offense and defense. You generate good shots on offense. You generate stops on defense and turnovers. If you do that, you're going to have a good chance to win games, or at least be in games, even if you're facing a superior team. Or just take the shortcut and hit threes, because that seems to be the thing to do these days in the NBA.
That's one of the hardest things to do in this game. You know he's sitting fastball. That ball starts to slide away from him. You have to have some serious strong hands and wrists not to commit right there.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Liner toward right center, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Hey, after back-to-back two-out hits,
I wanted to take the turn.
thought he was going to cruise through this
Good job, Bader.
Now he's got traffic, and he's in jeopardy with a ball in the gap or a ball missed over the harder plate. A crooked number going on.
Isn't it funny to think that Luke was drafted? If I remember right, wasn't Luke drafted after? I mean, obviously after LeBron, but that was the same draft, wasn't it?
Trey Turner digs in now as he rips it on the ground to second. And the two-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over.
Man, it should be a 6-4 game right now.
They lead it, however. It's
Talk about a highest scoring game. A lot going on in this one. And they're going to bring in a lefty now because I have two lefties in the bottom half. Sam pitched well, so I'll bring him back in, and I will go ahead and Mike Gregerson. And if I have to get a 4 or 5 out save, that's my best guy, that's what I'm going with. But Luke still is good because he's done a good job bringing the young guys along. Luke's not a bad coach, but remember, the NBA, there's very few coaches that can win without talent. Talent wins at the end of the day. No matter how good of a coach you are, if you don't have talent, you're not winning.
Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Liner in there for a base hit. With that, the Cubs get their leadoff man aboard.
Wouldn't have been a bad thought. I was thinking about it. The reason why I ended up going with the righty is because this guy that's pitching got him out. Got him out last game, so yeah.
Ground ball sent back up the middle, and a glove flip for 1. But he'll put this in his pocket and be content with just the 1 out.
I'll take the out for sure, but man, that hurt.
Ready for another shot now. Addison Russell, so far 2 for 3 in this one.
Because really the whole purpose of me bringing him in, I wanted to have the lefty Cecil, because I mean, still have Lyons, but I wanted Cecil saved for when Rizzo and Schwarber come up. Because even if we go to the 9th, I still may have Cecil pitch against those guys and have Gregerson come in against Bryant.
Time now for our starter comparison, and that tells the story. As you can see, neither guy able to get past 5 innings.
You know, LeBron to the obvious big contract, they brought KCP back, I think it was $12 million, and then you bring in McGee and Stevenson, so we're going to roll with those guys and the kids. And that's not a bad thing, unless there's a trade for that guy from San Antonio.
apparently for a ball.
And as a San Diego State guy, obviously I think that'd be pretty cool to have a alum, or as an alum, to see one of, you know, probably our best, well, probably our best basketball player ever be on the Lakers. That'd be pretty cool.
One of the things about pitching is you want to have location, and it was obvious.
I would say best, but I still go with Marshall Faulk as being Marshall Faulk and Tony Gwynn. I don't care how good Kawhi is, he'll never be better than those guys, ever.
Boy, talk about having a day, Dero. He gets his fourth.
Marshall Faulk probably is my favorite running back. I love Barry Sanders, but Marshall Faulk, because I love dual threat backs, probably my favorite running back of all time.
Throughout the course of the year, and to go with it, he's smiling. His food's going to taste better tonight.
It's a tough spot right now.
And now here's the versatile outfielder Albert Almora.
So Cecil's coming in next.
And 1 strike. 2 hits in 4 attempts to this point.
This is Sam's last at bat. Or I'm sorry, his last at bat. Yeah, I'm thinking as a hitter, but his
and that
pitcher.
Slider's almost in the dirt. And it's fouled away.
I'm just really salty about giving up that 1 run because I should have been out the inning. And I gave them 1 back. They didn't need the help. I helped them out.
Grounder down the line at third.
Almost 2 runs there.
As the count holds steady at 1 and 2. Now another 1-2. And there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low.
I don't know how much money they have in their
we call this guy a
cap
grinder.
situation, but we'll see.
They just kind of foul off some good pitches. They lay off the pitches just off the plate. This is every pitcher's nightmare. A guy that's up there.
And the right fielder is there to make the catch, and the inning is over. Up strand a couple. Still a tight ball game. It's 6-5. Justin Wilson is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
All right.
Justin Wilson.
Here's the second baseman, Colton Wong. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here.
Number 16, Colton Wong.
Big at bat here.
He's set and the pitch. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike.
Yeah, because I think clearly no one will ever agree with me on this. But when we had a league, like we were kind of constructing teams for a Madden. And let me emphasize that this is with Madden. And we're looking to build our teams. And my first pick was Marshall Faulk. And people are like, how the hell, with all these running backs on the board, why would you take Marshall Faulk? And if Marshall Faulk, why not Tomlinson? I am a big fan of running backs that can run. Like they're a threat to rush for 1,000 yards, and they're a threat to catch the ball off the backfield, whether it be a check down, screens, or just flares, or just design plays that you can come up with. Wheel routes. Dangerous, and Faulk was one of those guys, and I admittedly don't know of older backs that were like that. I mean, I know who Gale Sayers is, but in general, I don't know a lot of backs that were dual threat. Like, as a Buck fan, I thought that Dunn was cool in that aspect because he could do a lot for the offense, as bad as our offense was. I thought it was pretty cool. Yes, but those are the running backs I like to have. Cohen scares me. Howard is really good. It's a nice tandem. How the Bears are better this season. I feel bad. Like, as a Buck fan, I really was happy to see Mike Lennon get a chance to start elsewhere. And rough.
Here's Matt Carpenter. Lifetime numbers against Justin Wilson is 4 for 14.
But the Bears are in good hands. I think they'll definitely be better next season.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
I'm sure
Fouled
you'd
away.
agree with that.
I know it's a guessing game, but usually when you flip that coin, it better come up fastball at this level. He cannot be late right there. That was right in the wheelhouse.
Crowds him a
there's
bit with
one.
a fastball there, and it's
Oh,
the
I should know. That's
1-1.
my last name. Maybe we're not related, but yeah. Who knew that the running back out of Tulane would end up being that big of a addition to their offense? Dude is a beast.
A lot of deep counts and working himself into a lot of trouble.
All right, Justin, you can calm down with all the facial emotions there, all the twitching. Let's just get in there and throw the ball.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Lifted the other way to left center. Calling for it, Schwarber makes the play.
You gonna bring in a righty now? Or are you guys gonna keep the lefty in?
A whole lot of offense so far in this one as we check out our line score in the 8th inning. All told, 29 hits for these two teams. His good pitching has virtually been non-existent throughout. So that brings in the power-hitting middle infielder, Paul DeYoung. Last time through was a base hit.
Definitely. My best friend is a Bears fan, and he was ready for him to go.
Here's the 0-0 pitch.
Oh my God, we have to get
And
this
the
guy out of here.
fastball just a bit high.
And we don't even talk about Cutler. He couldn't stand Cutler. He was happy when they got him, but then that changed not too long into that experience, we'll say. Ooh, good pitch. I went low.
1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
The 1-1 is looked at for ball number 2.
I'll find a way to make something happen. I'm gonna unplug something really quick. I'm nervous that's gonna mess this up. Shouldn't.
Rizzo has a play. And he brings it in on the warning track.
Okay.
Now batting, left fielder, Marcel Ozuna. Your attention, please.
Need to buy another Ethernet cable anyway. So I'm about to buy a LAN adapter for the Switch. So I'm kind of gonna need that. But I need to plug this into my laptop for a little bit.
Marcel Ozuna will be the first to greet him here as he stands in with a runner at first and 2 away.
Wow.
From the stretch. Right there for strike 1.
Hey, that's a great job by the pitcher to get ahead right there. You know you got a star hitter at the plate. He's not afraid to go to 2 strikes or go deep in the count. That's what you have to do.
I know we had a
You have
home
to
run off
put
of him in the last
at
game.
a
I don't remember if it
disadvantage
was
with the
Ozuna
count.
that did it.
This is line to left. And
That's a
dive to
costly
left, but he
one.
can't get it.
Kyle
He gets
Schwarber
right toward the
gives. And just like that, we get that run back. That's a huge
wall.
one.
And he's in safely at third.
Gregerson's
There's a
going in
double
from
score
ninth.
on the play as well.
Why would he do that?
Insurance run right there.
That's why he's a terrible
As a
outfielder.
hitter right there, to not only get a ribby knock, but to give your team a little bit of breathing.
It does, and it makes your pitcher go out there with a little bit more free and easy frame of mind instead of going in a 1-1 game where every pitch is so important. You're 1 pitch away from a solo tying the game up. That's not the case now.
Nah, I've got to take back what I said. I said I was going to go with the lefty going in. I still may go with Cecil to pitch to get those 2 guys out. I feel more confident. I need to get another one.
Working to keep them in the game here.
This makes me feel better about giving them, like literally giving them a run. As I did in the 7th inning, so I got that run back.
I'm set with the 0-1. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. Cubs have someone working in their bullpen now as a right-hander's begun to get loose.
Wow.
Ozuna at third with 2 away. Checks his swing, but this will be strike 2 call. The 1-2. Pitch is way outside, and that's straight to the backstop.
Because we know the computer would have threw him out easily. Second to third would have been okay probably, but not home.
Here now the 2-2. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Men on third with 2 down.
He's trying to find a way to get one more. It's an ugly game.
That one missed, but it's not for me to decide. 3-2. Yadier Molina would be next if they can keep this inning alive. Another full count offering on its way. Good job to spoil that
fighting in this one.
Stays alive.
This dude is fighting.
The 3-2 one more time. And now there's ball 4 as this goes straight to the backstop.
Well, when you go with the slider there on a full count, you're hoping that the hitter is thinking fastball and swings through it. Didn't work
Wow,
out
that
way,
is
though.
pretty
He
damn
lays
scary.
off and gets
Honestly, I wouldn't even
pass.
feel comfortable with a lefty with that because, honestly, with those lefties,
Here's the
you miss
catcher,
one,
Yadier Molina. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats
it's gone.
so far. First pitch of the at-bat. Missed with a slider.
Come on,
This is a
Yachty. I
critical
don't need
point
you to
right
get
here.
a hit. I just
Things
need you
are
to
in
not
danger
get
of
out.
getting
That's
away
all I
from
need.
him a little, so we'll see how he deals with it.
This has been an eventful game so far, and it's still far
Runners
from
on
over.
first and third, 2
Yachty
away.
could definitely go a long way to helping this speed this along. A base hit here.
On the corner away, a ball and a strike. A ball and 2 strikes.
That is such a tough pitch to lay off right there, but you have to find a way. There's nothing you're going to do with that low sinker except foul it into your shin or hit a ground ball to the left side.
Bouncer up the middle. Russell has it. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as the side is retired. Redbirds get on the board, and it comes on the RBI triple.
Yeah, I definitely can
Last
say
chance
at
coming
that
up here
point,
for the
all of
Cubs.
them
It's now 7-5.
is a grind. It's coming from someone that plays all 162. You definitely have to have the mindset to be nice and like you have to gotta have the mindset.
Ready once again, Anthony Rizzo. He's the one to start off the
While
night
trying to
inning
balance
with
playing
his
other
guys in
games
danger of
and
going down 2 games to none if they can't
not
rally.
letting you set into burnout. Gregerson's been pretty shut down, but for reasons that I mentioned earlier with the lefties, I'm gonna go with the lefty-lefty. It's the right thing to do. Rizzo usually takes pitching. Of course he doesn't, because I say it that time. I would like a slider more than I would like a cutter.
ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. A swing and a miss at the curveball. A great pitch call there, and that's the first out here in the ninth.
The batter, left fielder, Kyle Schwarber.
Digging in to try it again, Kyle Schwarber. Past history with Brett Cecil. He's just 2 for 9. He's taken him deep once. First delivery to him on the way.
That raw power.
Well, he punched out the last
I know
guy,
people
but
love
he
playing
didn't
with
get
him
any
online.
favors from the blue
Make
on
him
the
play an
first
online
pitch in this
franchise
at-bat.
because you
Probably
could
should
use
be
him
ahead
as
of
a
this hitter
catcher too.
instead of behind.
And he was decent enough that you didn't feel like he lost anything.
And it's fouled away.
He was able to foul that one off, but you could tell he was definitely late. That breaking ball, the pitch before that heater right there, definitely threw his timing off.
Now the 1-1 pitch is a ball below the zone. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Can't connect there. It's 2-2.
You know, I can get away with Schwarber chasing a couple of things. Gotta keep it somewhat close. All I was gonna do is find a way through this at bat. And then we'll go to Gregerson for Chris.
2-2 to first.
Just run yourself.
And he'll take this on to first, and they're down to their final out, 2 away.
Third baseman, Chris.
Yeah, because I feel like if I didn't play on stream, I might skip more, but because people are like, it's been a thing for my channel to play, and people like usually will pop in, like my regulars pop in throughout the week and like, hey, how's progress going? Because like at the bottom there where I have the season 1 NLDS, I'll have the record, so people can see like, hey, like you're playing, this is, you know, how long it's been since I've seen you play, how things going, the last couple games, stuff like that. And then the home run counter up top is how many home runs I've hit on the game. Try to give away every 100.
First pitch of the
and we'll see how many I end up with, including the playoffs in the season. So not bad.
You know, he's one
I
of
hit
their
him in
guys they rely
bunches.
on to get their offense going. They need a rally, so we'll see if he can spark one here.
So far, so good. I think I've hit 4 today.
Count now, a ball and a strike.
Carp has 1. DeJong has 2.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out.
No, I think 6. Carp has 1. Paul 2.
Smoked on the ground up the middle. And that's in there for a base hit. His third
Jericho
hit of
with
the
1.
game.
And Yachty with 1.
Two-out
So that's
base hit, and
5.
the top of the inning is still alive.
That fires me up right there.
Not
What a
6.
clutch AB, a 2-out single to get the tying
I
run
think
to the
Ozuna
plate.
hit 1
That's
too.
all you can ask for.
But at least in Madden, the games are shorter. Well, in the sense that it's the season. It's only 16 games. 16 games depending on how long you play. Like if you did a 7-hour stream, technically an hour per game. That's not too bad.
Hit Wrigley back to the mound.
2-0, St. Louis.
Throw to first. He'll be in time to record the final out. And the Cardinals held serve here at home. They take games 1 and 2 of this series. This one is over.
Hey, it always feels good to win a baseball game, but when you can win one at home in front of your home crowd, all those fans cheering, this is a good win for this team.
We survived. Down 4-0 early in the second inning, and we bounce back. Take the lead, and we hang in there. Oh yeah, true, I forgot you're playing, you know, the minutes can affect how long you play, and I'm thinking about just an average, like an online game. Scouting is my favorite part. I like how the changes that they made for the draft this year, because I'm a big guy as far as
postseason, and he was at least the hero in this one. He's our
I like to build a team. I'm a Tampa fan, so it probably doesn't come as a surprise. I'm a believer in a Tampa 2 defense. I blitz a little more than I'm a zone blitz guy.
And it was pretty cool to see.
But I like to do a lot of just 4-man rush and drop 7 back. So finding guys in the later rounds that fit the scheme, important to me. Finding offensive linemen that can pull, important to me. Position specialists on offense, stuff like that. Blocking tight ends. Whew.
7-5 tonight's final. St. Louis earn the win and move on to 2-0 in the division series. Jack Flaherty gets the W on the mound. Kyle Hendricks struggled and gets the loss after giving up 6 earned. So that'll put a wrap on
Just
things
woke
here
up,
this evening for my partners Mark.
An eventful game. Well, I will tell you guys this. I do it with the postseason. I don't do it with the regular season. I'm going to upload my postseason games to my YouTube channel.
Our final line score tonight, first was the
Probably not tonight, probably when I get off work tomorrow, because then I don't have to stay up to make sure that the thing works. It'll be during the afternoon.
for the Cubs. 5 runs, 15 hits. No
A lot of hits in this game, 31 total hits, totally different than the 12 that were in the last game,
Suns ball game, 3 hours and 33 minutes.
or 13 in the